Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 2 of my Avalon campaign. Now, I'm going to do the recap from last episode in the form of a bedtime story. So if you're sat comfortably, then I'll begin. Once upon a time there was a beautiful elven queen who lived in a magical kingdom, and everyone was very happy. Then one day some naughty elves arrived. The naughty elves wanted to take the magical kingdom away from the beautiful elven queen. The beautiful elven queen went to the naughty elves and scolded them severely, told them they were very, very naughty and they must leave immediately. But the naughty elves didn't want to leave. So the beautiful elven queen murdered the fucking lot of them, and I think that catches us up nicely with what happened last time. So we captured the entire province of Avalon, but we do need to grab the Phoenix Gates, and that's going to be a little bit tricky. Yes, I know who you are, because they've obviously got...
Nature is powerful.
Thanks. They've obviously got walls, and I don't think it lets you build siege towers on gates. I think that's right. So it's going to be tricky to take it against that many dark shards, because if we start trying to have a shootout with dark shards, that's one we're going to lose quite severely, so we don't probably want to do that. And their Blackheart Corsairs are going to be better than our spearmen, which are the only infantry we have. So all in all, not looking particularly good for us there. Never mind. I think probably the best thing to do is just carry on. So we'll just end the turn. So last time we heard about how Anarion kind of lost the plot after he thought that his wife and children were dead. He did go a bit mad. He went and pulled the Sword of Cain from its resting place, a bit like a very pissed off King Arthur, and proceeded to go to town on the demons like it was 1999. Considering he'd been murdering them left and right and centre to start with, several greater demons probably decided the Warhammer world wasn't really worth all the effort when confronted with a psychotic elven king wielding the sodding Widowmaker, which cursed his bloodline eventually. That then leads to the whole Malekith Marathi, thing, and the creation of the Great Vortex that ended the First Great War. But Anarion and the Elven Queen at the time, bloody hell, I cannot say her name, Astariel, children returned as promised by Durthu once the danger was past, and so the line of Everqueens continued. Okay, so we've got a quest. Wants us to be at war with Safari? Really? Well, they don't like us very much, do they? Oh, they really... minus 30? Really? Okay, I guess we're destined to be at war with them at some point then. Mind you, Tyrion doesn't like them either, so... Do I want to go... I mean, the Phoenix Gate is going to be a tough nut to crack. On the other hand, having it would protect our settlements. You know what, I think if we can take it, then... yeah, okay. Then I think... we'll be okay with public order, all that kind of stuff. And then we can move on Safari, maybe take them out. I think that's the plan. Okay, let's hit the Phoenix Gate.
Send my maidens.
It looks tricky. It is going to be tricky. I mean, they've got Blackguard there, plus those Blackheart Corsairs. We're not going to win a fight on the walls, and we're not going to win a shootout. So I'm not really sure how we're going to win this, but whatever. Let's give it a shot.
Battle.
Something I actually did forget was that while Dark Shards have shields, they don't have the range that our archers do. So actually, during a siege, we can just fire on them from long range. Suck it. So we're just going to scooch a little bit forward, just outside of their crossbow range, and rain down fire upon them. However, it's still going to be a tough fight because they've got, some good infantry here. Blackguard, quite potent against large units. On the other hand, over the other side of the battlefield, our Treekin are slowly making their way towards the gate. And because most of our army deployed over on the other hand, on the other side, that means the Treekin are pretty free to march up to the gate and kick it in. They're going to take a little bit of tower damage, but nothing too bad. Meanwhile, the Dark Shards taking the brunt of our archer fire.
Incoming! The winds are against us! Spells incoming!
So taking a lot of damage, but we are eating through our ammo quite quickly, and we're not doing enough damage
Incoming enemy fire!
for the number of enemies we're killing. Or rather, the number of arrows we're using. So we're going to run out of ammo before they run out of Dark Elves to shield it. And I kind of feel like in a one-on-one fight, we might win, but we'll take a lot of damage. So we've managed to break one Dark Shard unit there. And we're now focus firing on the Dark Corsair, Black Ark Corsairs even, and the Dark Shards over here. More Dark Shards there. They've got a lot of Dark Shards. Meanwhile, on the other side, that gate's going down very quickly. Treekin, actually very good gate destroyers. Didn't realise that. But that is pretty impressive stuff by them. Despite their wooden performance. Because they're trees. So the gate's down. And with the gate being down, the Treekin are now just going to stand there.
The merciless host!
Just really taking it in. Just drinking in the view. Good stuff. And while we're doing some damage to them, as you can see, our ammo is about 50%. That's not great.
Destroy!
Because I reckon those Blackguard could happily chew through at least 2 units of Spearmen before taking significant damage.
Out! Enemy spells! We're under fire! Druki blood!
So after considering this small problem, I decide that I'm going to change my plan. So we break off from attacking this gate.
Lilith came to me. We will be victorious.
Good. Thanks for that. So we're breaking off from attacking this gate. We're heading over to the other gate, which obviously the gate's already down. Charging the Treekin even into mass Dark Shard fire probably would have been a bad idea. So actually this kind of works out because we've kicked the gate in. The gate's down. And now we're just going to move all our units across. And here come the Alarian Reavers. They've been hiding in a forest just so they don't take any tower fire. Now we're going to take a little bit of tower fire now. Those towers are nasty. The Treekin making their way inside. And something I've noticed is that there is no one defending the city centre. Now usually the AI keeps some units behind to make sure you can't just go in and capture it. And obviously one of the problems with sieges is always having to keep an eye on the city centre just in case enemy unit breaks on the walls and happens to run inside the city and then rallies. It's a massive pain in the arse. So maybe it's time to give the AI some of its own medicine. I may struggle to destroy the enemy army, but I can just take the city from them. So Treekin are very, very slowly... They are ridiculously slow. I feel that they're slower than 34. Look at them go. I've seen old age pensioners move with more gusto. The Alarian Reaver's going to get tied up in them. And it's just a massive... it's just a clusterfuck, the entire thing. Never mind. Okay, so we're now making for the city centre. As you can see, the AI suddenly realises what's up and is moving to try and reinforce. This is a bit cheeky, but stuff them. So here comes our infantry, a little bit slower than the Reavers. And the Treekin. Well, not the Treekin, but the Treekin started off at the gate, so kind of makes up. So we are going to flatten their little tents. But that took them bloody 8 and smashed the... We didn't need to smash the fountain, guys. Could have left that. Just saying. Someone will have to fix that now. So we do have some units moving over to intercept. So the Treekin are going to move as defenders. But what I haven't spotted is there is a unit of Blackguard of Naggarond in amongst this lot. And these, of course, are anti-large. And our Treekin are definitely large. However, while the Treekin defend, the Alarian Reavers are going to capture. And as you can see, the city is falling to us very, very quickly. Our infantry is finally at the gates. There's some Dark Elves sort of scampering around, but they don't seem to actually want to stop us. We just end up marching into the city, and our archers can sort of take pot shots at these Blackguard over on the walls. So my Treekin, despite being a fantastic defensive unit, against anti-large units don't do so well. So they're taking a lot of damage. I was considering throwing my Reavers into the fight, but I thought, you know, they don't do great against most things, and I don't think they're going to do particularly well against Blackguard. In fact, I suggest they're going to do probably worse against Blackguard than anything else. So Spearmen forming up inside the city. There's Dryads coming in as well. We're taking some crossbow fire. That's less than ideal, but the Reavers have managed to sneak past and get in amongst the Dark Shards. Get a reasonable charge off. There is a couple units here. Unfortunately, the Reavers seem to be losing this fight. I mean, Reavers are the worst. They literally are. They are going to lose this fight brutally. And I don't even... I mean, okay, they're taking a little bit of archer fire, but they're actually losing the melee fight with Dark Shards. Come on, guys. Treekin getting cut down. They are close to breaking. I mean, they've held up the Blackguard for a long time. There they go. They've broken now. They're fleeing. Can't really blame them, but our Spearmen are just rounding the corner. They're almost at the city centre. As you can see, it's ticking down, 72, 71. More units going and chasing down the Corsairs. I'm not sure where the Black Orc Corsairs are actually going. They seem to be just running away. And we are pretty much out of ammo now, so we've got nothing to really throw at the Blackguard. The Blackguard are going to be very tough to beat in melee. And this unit of Blackguards, because you don't take much damage from the Treekin, they're now sitting in the city centre trying to recapture it. However, we have more units of Spearmen than they do have Blackguard. The Spearmen throwing themselves into combat. I mean, it's not a combat that they're likely to win. Losing decisively, yep. However, we have numbers on our side. If we can just throw enough elves at them, we will continue to capture the city. As you can see, it's still dropping. 24, 23, 22. More units moving up, but they're going to be too late. More of our spears coming in from the other side. It's down into single digits. As soon as it hits 0, the entire enemy army will break. And there we go. A victory where we didn't even have to kill the enemy. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure how I would have dealt with those Blackguard without saving all my archers for it. It would have been tricky. I probably would have been able to overwhelm them, but it would have taken a lot of spearmen. But as it happens, we just didn't need it. Ever Queen? More like Cheese Queen, am I right? That's right, yep, managed to win one battle. Ooh, Kane's Ring of Fury. One battle. Ooh, that's quite nice. Win one battle by sneaking through trees, and then win another by taking the city centre from under the enemy AI's nose. Not exactly the most glorious victory, but you know, I'll take it.
Claim what is ours.
And I will occupy the Phoenix Gates. And we are lord over the Druchii. The Druchii, for all their perverse cruelty, are just elves, as fey and wane as others of their kind, like us. So we've captured and occupied Phoenix Gate, and got the Shield Stone of Isha. So that gives us melee defense +5, a ward save, and also gives units within 40 meters 12% physical resistance, which is really nice. Very, very nice. Like that a lot. And does that go in? No. Oh, there we go. So we've got a Shieldstone of Aisha, and we've got the Kane's Ring of Fury. The most feared of all elven magical rings is the Black Iron Ring of Fury belonging to Kane, the bloody-handed god of murder. It gives us a fiery convocation. So that's a wind spell. Get 2 charges of it, 120-second cooldown. So, I mean, that's going to help Alarielle do some real pain. Oh. Okay, this is interesting. So I hadn't actually looked at this screen very, very closely, but so we've got Alarielle's faction-wide chaos corruption is less than 25%. We get 2 public order, 5 plus untainted and leadership aura size. But as it drops, we lose winds of magic and gain wound time, but get other bonuses. Like weapon strength against Chaos and Norsca, physical resistance for... Ah. So this could be where, potentially, when things are getting a bit iffy, when Chaos is hanging around, where you could potentially sort of switch out some units, so maybe Treekin and Treemen, and they just get buffed up to stupid levels. I can get behind that. Good. Okay, the Phoenix Gate is just a gate. Have they changed that? Did it used to have construction slots? I thought it used to have construction slots. They changed that? Might have changed that. Still, that's fine.
Alarielle the Everqueen.
And
Honesty
Joseph
itself.
here. If you do have any good names for units, let me know. We could get Speed of Asurian. High elves possess a natural skill that far outstrips the prowess of ordinary mortals. More melee defense and speed would be quite nice. We've got Valor of the Ages. Spearmaster, more melee attack. I mean, more melee attack is always good, isn't it? I'm tempted to get Stimulate Growth, but let's get Speed of Asurian. I think that's going to be a good general skill.
Isha's chosen.
Oh, Isha. It's Isha. Okay, and then we're going to get... I kind of want to get... I think Lothar and Seaguard are going to be a staple throughout the campaign, so I think getting Militia Master is just going to be a good shout. We'll do that. Fine. And then we've got a commandment available over here. So growth-wise, how much growth do we need? Just 1. I'm not too worried about this growth. It's not making any money, so there's no point trying to increase that. Campaign movement range could be useful. Ambush success chance. Yeah, it's not a big province though. I guess let's just go for more growth, because the faster it grows up, the sooner it gets a beefy garrison. Nobles, Swordmasters, White Lions, Great Eagle, Archers and Gate Guard, plus 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. Because Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower is not particularly useful during a siege unless you point them at the gate and hope they break the gate down, because then you can just fire point blank range into a big mass of infantry, and that's always fun. I would like, because obviously the sooner we get the Eagle... Wait, where does the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower come in? Because the Dark Elves, it's the 3rd... Oh shit, I didn't check this. Oh no. Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, where are you? There you are. Elven Forge. We need an Elven Forge. That needs to be rank 3 though. So that makes sense to build that in the city. In the capital. So maybe we want to go for that. How long before we need 2 growth? Okay. Okay. So let's look a little bit at the potential allies we have. Trace. Now, last time you shot us down. So you keep saying, how about a trade agreement? Excellent. There we are. We're making friends, not aggression.
Misguided.
No. Okay. All right. Chill. We do have some people that don't like us, though. So Tiranoc, Safari, and Yvresi all have a thing against us, which is, frankly, a bit rude. But I think maybe you want to go for Safari. Maybe that's the thing we want to do. Who have we got a defensive alliance with? Illyrian.
Protector of Ulthuan.
Okay, so I think we're secure to our west. To the north, we've got the Phoenix Gate to protect us. We could potentially head out into these wastelands, into Nagrathi, and take those territories, but it's unpleasant climate, which isn't ideal. Okay, people's trust is now 65% because we managed to cleanse the inner kingdoms. So we're only getting -1 public order and a slight income reduction and a slight increase of construction costs. So that's looking very positive. Very pleased about that. And I don't think there's anything else we can do. I don't think that's okay. Let's just end the turn. So the new Ever Queen is always the first-born daughter of the previous queen, and when a new Phoenix King is crowned, they get, you know, together with some smooth jazz and knock out another one. After a year, they are free to go and do whatever or whoever they want. So the Ever Queens do tend to be a bit on the pacifistic side of things, but Alarielle feels differently. She leads armies, and she really goes to the defence of her people. Just as well, because obviously should Ulthuan fall, then obviously she loses her powers, which is bad. So we have to protect the there's a blood.
Your prestige grows.
There's a blood voyage. I saw a blood voyage.
News of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Okay, but I'm not going to sit on your lap. Okay, so we've completed that objective. We got a new one. After the Sundering, too much was allowed to fall into Druchii hands, and so much else besides slipped into the oceans. What cannot be saved must be destroyed. The enemies of Ulthuan must be hounded to the ends of the world. Fair enough. Okay, so if there is a blood voyage heading this way, which it sounds like there is, that would be bad. Because if I was looking at the previews, they come with dragons, and that's not good. That's a bad thing. A bad thing. I don't know where they'll land. We might be okay for the meantime. We could potentially go for Safari. Right, Tyrion.
Asur Princess.
Tyrion, who are you at war with? Yavresi and Kothik. You don't like Safari, though. So maybe we can get you on side by attacking them. It doesn't feel very Everqueen, does it? To go around just attacking high elves for you know, shits and giggles, but if they're gonna be knobs about it, then that's gonna happen. I could upgrade Evershale, but I'm gonna hold off because I want to upgrade Gaean Vale when I can. So I need another growth for that. So it's going to take 4 turns, but then we'll be able to get to the Elven Forge and Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. And I want Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. Anyway, so our job is to protect the whole of Ulthuan. And that, you know, that sounds easy, but High Elves love nothing better than screwing each other over. In fact, Dark Elves and High Elves are a lot alike, being, you know, the same race. It's just that High Elves hide their evil facade behind... They hide their evil nature behind a facade of pleasantries. And that makes our job of mother henning the useless bastards significantly more difficult. Kothik, hello. You want a trade agreement? Yeah, but Lothern don't like you, and I want to get on Tyrion's good side, if you know what I mean. So I'm going. You want no? So basically, being the Everqueen is like having children, and like having children, when they're quiet, you know they're up to something. So we have to keep a close eye on them, and let's upgrade to the rally field. To do that, it's going to take 2 turns. We're going to head in this direction. We do have a little bit of money coming in. Can we get any more? You have to get to level 10 before we get any units. What's 165 range, 180? They're 100. Okay, so Lothern Seaguard has slightly shorter range, but obviously they come with spears, so are good against cavalry. Mind you, the Darkshards are pretty good against cavalry if the cavalry is Alarian Reavers, so there is that. Let's get another Lothern Seaguard and another Spearman. Let's go with that. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, we can construct something here. We could get a woodman's hut. Wood is blessed before it is felled, for that is the elven way. We could get a lumber yard, and that would give us hardwood construction. And I think everyone loves a bit of hardwood, don't they? Plus upkeep reduction for archers, Lothern, Seaguard, and blah blah blah, which is great. So we're totally having that.
Alariel the Radiant.
Evershael, you're going to have to hold off. You're going to wait just for the moment. Yeah, so we have to try and keep the High Elves from killing each other, because inevitably, if they start fighting, then, you know, Malekith will rock up for his bicentennial attempt to conquer Ulthuan. And frankly, that's just getting tedious. So we need to stop the High Elves from killing each other, stop the Dark Elves from killing the High Elves, and stop Chaos from killing everyone. A woman's work is never done. Hello? What are you up to? Have you come to say hello? You? Is that what you're doing? You coming to say hello? Oh, no Crucith. No, Crucith, go away. Okay. 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 Right, so we've got the spear wall, so that's, you know, that's something. And they want us to kill no Crucith. Yes, that's...
No.
Alright. What's our garrison like? It's not great.
Short-sighted.
Greetings.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Can we
shall march.
get in range of this? I think we're just slightly
My
short.
path is clear.
Oh, that's a bugger. I didn't think they had an army here.
Behold.
Well, I was wrong, wasn't I? Let's destroy that building and we can get something a little bit better there. And let's have a look what tech we can get. We get militia training, which is going to increase recruit rank for spearmen and archers. Naval discipline, which gives melee defense for Lothern Seaguard. Armor for Alarian Reavers. Reload time reduction. I'm going to go for archery prowess. Takes centuries to become this good, but the Ashur have time on their side. Oh, I didn't actually click it. Clicked it now. Good. That's going to wait. That's going to wait. Done. You cheeky, naughty elf bastards. So it does look like both Wulfric and Throg are in the campaign. I couldn't actually select them to play. I think that might be because they're unlocked on the 31st. But I'm glad to see they're actually in the campaign. Okay, you're raiding. I'm okay with you raiding. That Blood Voyage, though. Blood Voyage is not good. An inconvenient war. We failed. Well, I mean... raise or sack Toranlek?
Alariel,
We can.
Everqueen.
The spires of Naggaroth should be toppled. It is our duty.
Everqueen of Ulthuan.
Okay, let's
Smiles on you.
hop in. Do I want to... What, can we actually see what you've got?
Ridiculous.
Got a bunch of spears, some swords, some Black Ark Corsairs, and some shades. Shades are actually really nasty. That's not good.
Each is chosen.
I think we're just going to sit here and see what they do. Let's get...
We are the guardians of order.
We could... well, the thing is, Dryads are awful, so I don't really want more Dryads. Could get exotic Animal Bazaar. That would give us upkeep reduction. Maybe later, though. Maybe later. Do I want to get more Alarian Reavers? I mean, they're not not very good, are they? Silver helms would be better though. Maybe silver helms? Anything else we can get? Elven Gardens, that would give us a noble. Income from entertainment buildings. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd quite like a noble actually, because we don't I mean, plus he could secure influence for us. I've not actually used the influence ability, but effectively you can use it to improve relations between. I think you can pick other people as well. Yeah, so we can improve or decrease relations between other factions or us, depending on what we do, because we're sneaky bastards like that. I think we can also, if we have a look at some of these lords, so we could get Thena here, who's tardy, Fildrig, who's disorganised, or maybe we want to go like get Corinna, who is dangerous, but we're going to need 60 influence to do that. I think some really good ones turn up occasionally. I mean, look at this. Dragon Wield. Upkeep minus 20% for dragon units. That's amazing. Totally want that. But we need some agents to go and harass enemy settlements to get the influence that we need. So we're going to have to go and do that. So I'm still one more turn for that settlement. We could upgrade this. I think that's probably sensible because it will give us more garrison and make it more defensible. Come on, Dark Elves. Attack.
Child of Isha, what do you seek?
Oh, it's Gilgallion. He wants a military... Oh, what a guy. He's just a super chap. He really is. Top bloke. So we've got ourselves a military alliance with Illyrian. And those Dark Elves are just continuing to raid us. I really need to do something about them, but I don't know how strong... Oh, hello. Oh dear. A dispute has developed between nobles of Safri and Yvresi, whom the Saphirian elves call the Ghosts of Glory. Although the petty clandestine squabbles of lower houses are never usually a concern for the Phoenix King, the Safarian elves bristle with a magical power, whilst Tor Yvresi is one of the most defensible, if dangerously ill-garrisoned cities in Ulthuan. Harmony between those two houses is preferable, but, if not possible, then someone, somewhere, must be appeased. I think we're just going to have to attempt to reach common ground. Have them meet in a side room. The Phoenix King will offocate and try to make them see reason. Bribe them, basically. I mean, this is going to give us a lot of influence, so that is quite nice. Let's go for that. I mean, it's the only option. Boom. We've got some influence. 32 influence. Oh, look at that.
Priestess of Isha.
Okay, they're not going to play ball, are they? Oh, I don't want to do that actually, because that's going to use all my money, because I just spent it all bribing people not to kill each other. Oh, damn it. Okay, who I want someone to trade with. Kothiek. Well, Lothar.
Alariel's champion.
How are you doing? You are sort of surging up the coast there. You kind of like everyone on the west side, east side not so much.
At your service.
At your service.
Your best.
You know what, Kothiek?
And make your request.
Can we have a trade agreement?
How wise.
To be honest, I could use that noble maybe to head over to Bretonnia. Maybe try and get some trade deals with the Bretonians, maybe. That could be an option. We've still got 2 turns on that. So that's constructing. We don't have any units left. I could potentially just go for it.
Servant of light.
No.
They don't have much in the way of missile units.
Mistress of the Undying Forest.
Ill considered.
Alariel.
You know what? What's the worst that can happen? Other than, obviously, the Everqueen being killed. Exactly.
The greater good.
So here we go. Okay, doesn't look like it's, particularly on our side. We're going to have to shoot down those shades because they're going to be nasty. Don't want them getting around our flank and opening fire. And obviously they have more melee infantry than we do. We're going to have to try and lock them down and then flank them and riddle them with arrow fire. I think that's how we're going to win this. But we do also, of course, have Alariel, and she has some magical items on hand. So hopefully this will be a win. But unfortunately, we've run out of time, so I'm going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.